Oh my god! I just always need to make sure that it got enough power because these things are heavy, and then they'll go through power so fast streaming. Oh, excuse me. Cut this out. Edit this out, Wayne. Wayne, edit it out. There you go for that one a-hole out there. All right, we're going. All right, so we need to cut this out. What's the name of the Tourette's thing? If you can't control your tongue, then cut it out of your mouth. The BAFTA's controversy has reminded. So this comment reads, obviously saying sir. But the experience of a person with Tourette's syndrome. Tourette's syndrome is a good evening. Joe and I are delighted to be. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Talk Data to Me with your two best hosts over here, Chicago John and Christy. Christy creates, who creates the D's of Chris.
How you feeling, friend? Are we going to talk data? There is so much going on. How you doing, though?
Now I'm doing good. Like I said, I know we missed. We didn't really miss. We just didn't do Wednesday. We did Thursday, so we've been keeping it up. We're on episode.
We have, and you're right. We had, we will continue on our Wednesday crushing. Okay, thank y'all for joining us. Welcome in.
I cannot see.
I have a new setup in here, a little desk action. So we gonna try and make it cute. But I didn't think about the green screen. Silly me. That looks so good.
I guess. I was just thinking last time. Comments affect people. This one guy last week, he was like, you know what? He's like, how dare you sit in the corner of his room with nothing else behind? I'm like, yeah.
He was so mad about that.
Yeah, he got to me. I let these things get to you and all that stuff. But what we don't let get to us is us talking about the all this stuff that's going on with the tech world and each other and how to help regular people like yourself. I just want to help you. She want to help you. We want to help each other, and then seeing what other good ideas you guys got down there to tell us back what we like. So that's what we want to do. We want to just have those pillow talks, digital pillow talks. So I don't even know why it keep going that way, that route. We need to just stop. You think we at Hollywood elites at a Oscars or something like that?
Oh man, the Oscars! Wow, your favorite Pumpkin Chief is really mad about the Oscars. He went on a whole rant after Trevor Noah called him out. Him and his Truth Socials over there.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, like the Oscars. What do you foresee about the Oscars? Because
I don't know. I think a lot of people, it's mainstream news, right? So people love to talk about the fits, and the real tea was the fashion. The girls are going to call it out. Everyone, whoever's into fashion, whoever you may be, he, she, the. But it's not my cup of tea. I watch for the fashion, but I don't. Then I get mad about it, about all the money and how they get everything for free, and that they just give them all of these things as they walk through the vendors, and then they get to sit in these gorgeous dresses that they get for free, and then talk about all the money that they have, and then be like, "But the world needs help."
We are the people.
Right. But I know Reddit, TikTok, all the feeds were talking about the red carpet. So if you're looking for the red carpet info, maybe you get over on Reddit, and your faves, the TT, the YT. But yeah, I feel like the real tea, if we want to talk about it, was the T-Rets, that we.
Ooh, yeah, the Tourette. Yeah, that happened at the BAFTA. It's a I guess it's a awards place. Overseas in the UK or whatnot. And that was what was happening over there. There was an individual who had Tourette's because he was being, I think, awarded for a Tourette's movie. And when it happened, there was a silent part with Michael B. Jordan and another actor from Sinners. Two black actors, and one of them, they said, the Tourette's guy said the N word, and that went viral. So a lot of people saw it. They were like, "Oh my god, what happened? Why that happened?" And then now you got a whole bunch of people saying like, "Well, they got Tourette's and stuff like that." And the other people saying like, "Well, why didn't the company edit it out? The actual people who were in charge, because they could have edited it, because they edit out free." So they all said that we can't say that. I don't know. The
You're right.
TikTok.
We might get in trouble too if they can't
Yeah,
say it, even though
you're right.
you probably own the network, right? So you really didn't want anyone to talk about freeing any of these other countries overseas, but you had no problem leaving that word in. It was not a live broadcast. Like, that's such a good call, John. Like, they left that in on purpose. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And it been a really there's a lot of people in that in the Tourette's community. There are black people over here who have Tourette's. There are other people other people of color who got Tourette's too, trying to weigh in. Because you have one type that's like, I don't give a like, get them, and that kind of stuff, and people defending it. But then the thing is, they're not making it better. The BAFTAs and then the guy, according to what I read, as of right now, as of February 25th, 2026. Of course, everything changes, but we are we're trending up to date, mainstream as you can get with us. So we're letting you know um, that the guy, yeah, he's not really apologized yet or said any apology. He keeps leaving it at the whole thing of like, hey, I said it, or I have Tourette's as of right now. Now, granted, I probably need to pull up I can try to pull up an article or something like that. But a lot of people are still upset that he has not truly said anything. Uh, I was surprised Michael B. Jordan was there. Then the threat outburst and the real big story. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Michael B. Jordan. Uh, it make you feel like they did kind of use it to get it publicized. Nobody knew. I never know about no damn BAFTA. I never had no BAFTA. I took a BAFTA, but it's over there in the UK, like Asher said, and they just said it. And then they left it in. They didn't edit it out. It could have been one of those things that you heard behind the scenes kind of stuff. And I don't think it was that. But since they let it and they let it go ahead and go out there, it make you feel like who really in charge? Like, I can still be mad at or not even mad. I can still be disappointed at the guy who has Tourette's and stuff, who not want to say sorry. Because I saw some really good parts in the comment section, which we'll talk over too. In the comment, they said like, if a person in a wheelchair will roll over your foot, is it their duty to say I'm sorry when that happens? And I'm like, like even if you didn't mean to run over somebody's foot,
That's a
but
great point. Was someone else offended? It wasn't your intent. That's a great point. And Ari said she's in UK and didn't even know that it was there or that it was happening. So they need to talk to us about their marketing first of all, especially now, because they gonna have some backlash. That's for sure.
yeah. If you ever want something to grow or take off, get some black people in it. There you go. Just get black people, and they will always mix it up. Those us colorful bunch. We love to spice it up a little bit. We make something nice and boring. Then all of a sudden, just sprinkle a little other
Sprinkle
words
a
on
little racism, and you got it.
it. Yeah. Now everybody gonna be tuning in every year. for that show. So
Thank you so much, Owen, for being here. Thanks for keeping the chat hot. You know what? It's really interesting that you say that, like the music of Black origin. Yes, I love you. Okay, Ari, we see you in the chat. Keep it up. Thank you so much. You know, it's really funny because John and I were like, should we talk about this? Like, because if you look up the news, like what is going on right now, even if you do perplexity or, you know, we didn't see one maybe synopsis like adding that in. So it's interesting because they're showing us things from all around the world that India's AI summit of 2026 was huge, but nothing about this story. So I'm really glad
are
that
you
we got a few
saying
friends in here.
are you saying that our God, Almighty God, Chat, Claude, all the gods that we worship, left out some vital information that could allow us to trend and stuff? It just
So
looked at it and it
interesting.
said, "Nope." You know?
And it was only about one specific group of people. It's almost like it's already embedded into the code of the AI. Wonder who made it. That'll be for
Hmm.
another episode.
Yeah, man, probably. So I guess I mean it does show that we do use these AIs and these things to try to help get the news and stuff, but sometimes it's you got to have people like us. And when you come to people like us who's on top of a lot of these things, these news things. Sometimes if we choose not to bring about it, it's like maybe I don't know, but yeah, for her, for Crystal do a lot of hard work when she putting this stuff together. So for her to grab it, and she does it about maybe an hour or so beforehand, enough time, it should have had it. And this is stuff that Crystal likes to talk about. She likes to talk about um, perplexity and all these and Reddit and grabbing story, but then it's really from her and I being on TikTok together, seeing stuff that's happening in our own community and what's going on as well too. So I'm glad. Thank you, Owen.
Thank you,
Uh,
Owen. That is so sweet. You know, that's a really good point, though. I think that's why a lot of people are like, oh, what's the difference of using chat versus perplexity, Claude? We know there are a lot out there. And then there are AI agents and things to automate. But nothing is going to give you the 100%. And apparently, the social search, that SEO in the TikTok reigns supreme. Let's be honest.
well, go
What's
ahead and read
Ari
that
saying
next that
down
comment.
there?
Oh, okay. He said the worst. They said the worst best part of this is it's like, bro, we don't care. It's like, what do you want me to do? Be upset? Nah, just play it out.
You're
So
so right, though. They want us to be so mad about this word, right? Like, I think that because there's not this, I mean, there was a response, right? Of course. But it's almost like that word, it doesn't do the same thing that they want. They want us to get so mad and hurt. I don't know if you follow Godfrey the comedian. He has been doing something for Black history, and so he has a new series called Leave Black People Alone, and every day he shows a different way why everyone should just leave us alone. So if you haven't caught the episode for today, I'm not going to ruin it. Make sure you go in and check him out because honestly, it's weird. It's scary. The amount of people that will not leave us alone. And it is usually a specific type of person. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go and check my last short because I even had it happen to me this last weekend down here in Miami. Thank you so much, Owen. Y'all are crushing down here in the chat. We see you, Ari. Thank y'all for loving on the live. If you're listening to us after 25, February 25, then you are listening to our podcast streaming. Thank you. Talk data to me. Let us know, John. Did you see anything out there about like the debate around? We were talking about the debate around the Tourette's, but maybe there's a debate around the money, markets. Are we going straight into community and travel?
no, the only debate I saw was that I'm still broke, so I didn't see anything else about any money going. You got to let me know. Of course, everything is centered around AI and having people invest in AI. I know there's this one lady named Sabrina Ramadas, I believe she's one of the pioneers of letting people know things about AI. She made a few videos too about like top 8 ways to have income while still having your own job and that kind of stuff too. So there are plenty of people out here who are making lots of videos and lots of uh, ways to make money using LLMs, whichever one, ChatGPT, Claude, Claudebot, all these things. So
Mm.
if the thing is just making it valuable enough where people either going to buy it. The vibe coding, I think there was a person who sold a vibe code for like something millions of dollars. So they're being sold all the time. Now a lot of this is probably just a lot of noise going back and forth, but there is opportunity too. I mean, people have made money. You made money using this kind of stuff. I made money using it. Other people have made money at some point. So you're gonna get to the point where either you know what you're doing really well, that people want you to do it, or they're gonna learn how to do it themselves. But then they still need to pay something about how to do it too. So you
Yeah,
know,
it's like
it,
well, I always think about that movie Hidden Figures, and she was like, she learned the computer. Like they still needed somebody to feed the cards into the computer, right? So she didn't get replaced, she just leveled up. So we can do the same thing with our money because we ain't claiming no broke over here, okay? Our riches are coming. We are incredibly rich in experiences, and we are incredibly rich in health. Okay, we got a lot of riches over here. But if you wanted some of those riches to be in your bank account, there's no reason that you can't use AI to actually start learning about money and the market. Okay, especially with all of this change happening from our administration. Okay, the market is always going to be up and down. There's always going to be risk, but the way that people are diving in, the way that they're learning about it, a lot of times is just from ChatGPT or from AI and looking up what certain tickers even are and what the verbiage means. So if you've kind of always thought about, getting into the market or using an AI to maybe even just assess your risk, I would recommend it, especially because of where we're at right now. The market is uh, taking for a lot of things, especially if you're thinking about like the crypto, the Bitcoin. We were at 120K. Now we're in the 60, 66, 7, 6, 7. I think it's 69 today. I just didn't want to say it. So there's plenty of opportunity. Now, are people using AI to like hack their budgets? Or to plan so they could plan that next big vacation, or are you using it to actually learn and research about money and the market? Now if you wanted to use it to like maybe make your itinerary like we were talking about, as far as the travel side, instead of like logistics and intelligence, and maybe that's not really your thing. Maybe you just want someone to tell you what to pack to go to the beach. Okay, no one's mad at you. Whatever it is that helps you, make your life a little bit easier. Stop the guessing, stop wasting time, and just let the algorithm stretch your dollars, right? And hopefully
yeah.
just like enjoy a
So
little
yeah,
bit.
you did talk about that. You went to you did talk about it. You went, what you call it? You went over there. You went to Miami.
Went
So
to Miami. Yep. Had a great time. Had a little mom's day off. Couple mom's
yeah.
nights outs.
Now, did you use what you call it?
I did
A
use chat. And honestly, I used TikTok and YouTube. I looked up the hot spots, where to eat, how to find the best Cuban. Um, but chat really helped me with like the itinerary. And oh, you know what I actually did use it for? I was parking my car at the airport, and I wanted to make sure that where I parked was closer to where JetBlue was, because there are so many different terminals. And
okay.
it found the map of where to put my car, told me how to get there, where to park for the elevator to be right next to the JetBlue ticketing. Now that is some tea. Okay, so I would have never even considered to use it for something like that. But I was running around like kind of lost. Google Maps isn't going to tell you anything like that. So that one really impressed me. It really like drew it out and then gave me an exact step by step to make sure I was in the right place. And then remembered where I parked my car. So you just never know all of the ways that you'll be able to use it.
So the good thing is, I think I got a video coming out. My editor's working on a video, so we should have it by this weekend. And I talked about a little bit of the traveling and how to use travel. And one of the main points I talked about with travel is you don't just use ChatGPT as a way to, find money or whatever like that. Use it as your logistic person. You need to truly use it as a way to, hey, like, and it works though. Like one of the things I hate when I go out and I travel with people, they always ask me, where do you want to go? Why are you asking me? I'm coming to you. I'm going to your place. I'm going to see where you are. Why do I need to? I just spent $400 to fly on a plane ticket and to be sitting in the middle seat next to somebody and had to fight some lady and Southwest and stuff. Hey, Southwest, if you want to sponsor me, you or to Delta, you can. We all here for it. We would say some really great reviews. We ain't going around the world. But why would I want to pay all that money to fight you? And it's to fight my airway. Get up 5 in the morning, make sure I'm there an hour or two early so I don't miss the plane, get frisked down, get touched up by a security guard who looked like he enjoys a little bit too much for you to ask me where to go. Just take me to McDonald's. Damn, shit.
After all
Let's
that.
do Uber. Yeah, Uber Eats. We're Uber eating.
Listen,
I
I'm
can't,
that kind of host though, because you can pick any type of food, right? I will pick where to take you, but you tell me, like, you feeling Thai or Italian? That's really different. You wanted some pho, or you wanted some,
man.
some barbecue sandwich, like.
Look, if I'm being taken all over the country at this point or to another city, I don't even know no more. Like I don't know what I like or don't like. I don't even
Just
like.
bring me the menu and I'll pick something.
Just say, hey, we're going here, and I look. I'm not at home. I can't get home. I'm four
Mm,
thousand miles away. What I'm going to say? No, I'm going to go back. No, I'm kidnapping. You kidnapping me. You're pretty much. I'm being trafficked out here at this point. So take me and drop me off wherever. I just
we
don't want
can't
to have
laugh
to
about
sit there.
that. But I
Okay,
will laugh at the fact that I am the person that
stuck in
when I
traffic.
get there, they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm the person to have traffic." I have all of it saved. I have looked up where all of the top places are on TikTok, and I've saved a bookmark. And so when you get to Chicago, I'm gonna tell when I get there, I'm gonna tell you these are the 12 places. I heard they got the best pizza. Is it the truth? Now you show me what it really is. So I come a little ready, but that's the foodie in me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, so if anything, if you are a person and you're about to go and stay at some irresponsible person house or area where they live and they don't understand or don't have any hospitality because all you kids nowadays, all you know is just iPads, hot chips, and Uber Eats, then you go ahead and use ChatGPT, input the stuff that you want to go ahead and do, put it in there, and then now you got a nice list. And now you have a list that one, you can't hate anybody for turning down or not wanting to do anything, even yourself, because Chat did all the work on that. And that's one of the good things too. Having an itinerary, itineraries are made to just say, F this, I'm not doing that. So if you can actually, have, people want to say F it to a plan. You want to stick to a plan, but just forget it. I don't want to do it. That's a good power to have. So you're like, wow, imagine back in the time, your mother, your dad, they pull up, they write out everything that they do from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and stuff, and you tell them no, they'll hate you for the rest of their life. That's
Literally
the thing.
hate you. Yes.
But they're like, hey, what do we want to do? And you're like, hey, I got this itinerary. Oh, okay. Let's just do that one thing on it. And then they call it a day. Cool. You know
Great.
what?
Great.
Great.
Because it took
Great.
me 30 seconds to run it from ChatGPT.
Yeah. So,
And actually, I was able to, back when I was having a baby shower, we were bringing people in from all over and, bringing them into a city I'm not from. I had just moved to. And I had quite a few people be like, where should we go? What should we do? And ChatGPT, I said, give me one for my history museum buffs versus my foodie booze. And then we cross referenced it and said what locations they were on the map, made one giant email, and left them and said, do what you want. And it went great, swimmingly. Nobody called me for nothing.
So, do we still have travel agents out there for you? Like, are there travel agents are still traveling or doing the things that they need to do?
They are. Because a lot of times also travel agents are great, especially for the groups. you don't want to have to compare and get all of it together as far as your tickets to be in the same place and go to this thing and then the next. Now, I'm sure pretty soon, if not now, they'll be adding in some more apps into these LLMs. Right now, I know you can go into ChatGPT and run through Expedia, looking up your flights and things like that. So I'm sure it's coming. I also was seeing that Instacart, right? So you could plug your recipe into the Chat GPT Instacart. It can order what you needed from that recipe and deliver it to your house. It's getting crazy out here, y'all.
So it really is, and like I said, I'm happy that they, now people talk about AI taking jobs. I don't care. And now if AI taking travel agents, or they, do we need them? Or do we truly need travel agents?
I've used one. I've used one not too long ago, and it was great. And when we had trouble on the trip, we were able to call them, and they could deal with it, so we could keep
Mhm.
dealing with our trip.
Yeah,
So that side, it's funny. I'm sure that they know things that we don't know, and they would know things to ask chat. It'd be the same thing as somebody saying, would they want me to be their social media manager? I can just go into chat GPT and plan out a 90-day content calendar. You
that's true.
can, but
Mm.
is it going to come out the same way? And as somebody like me doing it, your prompts ain't as good as mine. So you get what you pay for or don't.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's the same. Come to the same thing. If anything, travel agents sometimes are for people who do got a lot of money, or who have a lot of money and not a lot of time. And if you got a lot of time but not a lot of money, then no. So if you don't got a lot of money but you got a lot of time, then yeah, you should, you try to see the best you can, at least get you there. It's not gonna, like Crystal said, if you want a professional using it, probably really great. But uh but if you got time, you can afford it, then hell, go ahead and do that kind of
Do
stuff.
it
So
yourself. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, do it yourself. So it's funny that you mentioned it, because also you talked about, you know, uh, searching for behaviors, recovering,
Oh, well, you
travel
were
not
you were
vacation.
about to say about how you used it as well. Like we were talking about, I used it on trip and travel, but your last was it a last YouTube video that you were talking about using it in like a resume?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, even with a resume and stuff like that too, you have to use it. You don't use it as a end all be all or fix. You use it as to clean up some of the things. Now, granted, like I said, it is really good. It came a long way, and the people that act like that they never cheated or anything or had to cut and paste before, because back in the day there was a lot of resume sites where it's just resume just sitting there hanging, and you got to go and grab it, Excel it or Microsoft and Word and all that stuff, and then drop it in there and stuff like that. So
That's funny too, because now we have AI resume people, and those AI resume people are sending it to the job opportunity, and the job opportunity is over here using AI to read the resume. So
right,
you got robots talking to robots.
yeah, and then when they have the resume reading each other like that, you got to beat the ATS, the automatic term system or something like that, I believe. But ATS is the main thing that a lot of the companies use to filter through your resume to see how strong or how well you are. I wouldn't be surprised if resumes know how to yank information from you and compare it to your LinkedIn, or if you are using LinkedIn or not. I would love to know what are these new AI resumes are doing more than
Mm.
regular before. And then also too, just because you haven't made the resume, you got to go beat the human, or not beat the human, but just be confident enough and talk with the human. So, like I said, I've done plenty of interviews and things of that nature. Got really far, got hired in front of from them and things like that, or got so far that just something happened where they didn't have the budget at that time. So with the resumes, even if you get it to clean it up, you can take it the next step. And that's something I should have added in my video. Have a sparring match with your LLM, whichever one you decide to use. Repeat the cadence and stuff like that. Do you believe what you're saying? Some people are nervous. I believe it or not, I get nervous when it come down to doing structures things like that. Go. Now, I do work really well in chaos, I went to church with my grandmother this weekend. They said that the Lord can work in chaos and He delivers you. So I guess I'm the Lord. So when it comes to chaos, then yes, I am the God of chaos and everything, and I work really well. But then when there's a straight system and stuff like that, I start sweating. I'm like, oh my God, everything is. Let me, you sit up and everything like that.
I'm the same. Don't tell me that my paper that I got a week and a half. I need you to tell me it's due tomorrow because otherwise it ain't getting done.
If you take me to the baddest part of your neighborhood, and get a gang leader to put a pew pew through my head and tell me to figure out the thing for AIDS or something like a cancer, I'll create a cure right then and there. But if a man in a suit would scare me sometimes more than a man with a do rag.
Oh,
So
that's so true. You would think I'm up there doing improv on stage, stand up, and you put me in front of a Zoom with a guy with a tie, and I think my name's Crystal. I don't remember.
right.
What's it
I don't
say on
want
my
to talk to
resume?
you.
I don't really want a job with you. We
Yeah,
hate 9 to 5s.
right. But the good thing is that ChatGPT is able to, or all of any of the LLMs, they can all train you and work you in that position. Make you feel more confident that you already are. It catches those things inside. It says, what you're talking about. That's what mine did. It was like, what you're talking about. You've done this job 100 times before. You can do it in your sleep. So
It's true. And is it because we don't know how they're going to ask the question? But we do. We know interview questions. Like, I don't know. It's hard to talk about yourself, maybe. It's so funny. It's hard for me too. I had
yeah,
this interview not long ago and I was like, that was awful.
yeah.
I
You
even
are you.
emailed the guy and was like, I would love a duo.
You and myself, you're a control freak too. So we're trying to control the outcomes and the questioning and what's being asked and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
too.
I'm trying to lead them. So, and they're
Yeah.
like, we're just going to go in order, like with what I have written here. Yeah.
And then the advice that they give you, they tell you like, hey, just let them talk and answer it in a complete sentence and stop. And then answer another complete sentence and stop. And you be like, that don't make sense. Like, why would I just what's a complete sentence? Like, where is it? Like uh, such and such stop, and that's it. And you supposed to take that answer? That's not enough. How are you supposed to know? How are you supposed to know that I got over 100 years worth of experience and everything?
Right.
You be like, they look at you, they like, this person is crazy.
How
Hey,
they get him in here?
we're gonna pass you to the next. We believe we're gonna get back with you to tell you when we're gonna pass you to the next round. All right, and you're like,
Dang.
yeah, right. So, but you gotta, there's a process, and the good thing about these LLMs, they can help you with the process because some people are really good at it, and then you got people like Crystal and myself who just rogue individuals who are really good too. But even working with Crystal, I noticed, I was like, oh, ugh, I see things in her that I see in me, and I'm like, ugh, I
God,
cannot.
is this how I am?
Yeah, I'm like, oh my, but
How has
Crystal goes
anyone
above.
hired me?
Crystal
Sorry.
goes above and beyond, so I can already see that, like yeah, she's worse than me on certain things too. I'll be like, oh my god, like I thought I was bad, but I'm looking at Chris, I'm like, ugh,
Oh God, you're so right. People will be like, I just asked you for like a breakfast recipe. And they're like, oh, but you could also go here, here, and here and make sure that if you're like, no, we didn't ask for all that. You got a 4-page dissertation right now. What is going on? But going back to the resume right quick, like, what do you think about do you feel like you should be using AI to work your resume? Because now AI is reading your resume, right? So shouldn't it like be ready for AI to read it?
yeah, yeah, you got to. You have to use it like that. You shouldn't use it to lie. You should use it to help explain or expand what you're doing, or what are you using your. I mean, what the job you're going for. And especially if you're going for a job that you never done, they're gonna see that. So at least help yourself. Now, granted, they said if you can do 50% of the job, you can do the whole job. And a lot of things can be trained when you get there as well too. But do
Sure.
you have the ability to take a lot of your soft skills and turn those into are those soft skills you have, or do you have transferable skills as well that can actually be turned over and to benefit the company in some way? So you have to be smart enough to how to word that kind of stuff. So if you're using ChatGPT, have them help you make that connection. So when you are doing that interview, again, you'll be talking to another individual. You can explain it, even if they say like, "Hey, what are your you know, how do you work under pressure? You're a zoologist. You had to fight an alligator or something like that. So are you gonna, but you're going for a job at the bank?" And it's like, I'm like, well, I've worked with many pressure situations, blah blah blah. So learning how to turn those skills into transferable skills, and you learn how to adjust it for the job you're going to. It would do a lot better too. So you got to keep up. You got to keep up, but you got to keep it. You got to keep your integrity. You got to stay honest. So
I love it. Well, you gonna have me check my resume with chat right quick just to see. Stay ready so you can gotta get ready.
yeah, yeah. Actually, to give you a grade too. Like an ABC or
I
like that.
like that.
I do that a lot too. So, I unfortunately, we were stuck in the school system. So, all that has a lasting effect on who we are. So we see an A or a B, or C or D or F. It does something to you. It does. So, you can never get away from that. We
You
shouldn't
really
be defined,
can't.
but no.
Well, I know we have a little homework for the peeps. I know we talk about lifestyle, we talk about leverage. So what are they taking home with them this week, Senor?
Well, for me, they definitely got to take home. What are you working on as far as your goal? The goal for the rest of this, up to the spring, because spring coming. So, what is the one thing that you need to work on? I've been having my people truly working on, knowing their three pillars, knowing their goal for content creating, and that's either for here, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever social media you're using. What are your three pillars, for each of them? Or they could be the same thing, but you need to understand your three pillars, understand what you're making content for. So do you know who you making content for and what you're making it for out there? Or even if you're lucky, you're one of the lucky ones out there who making content and people enjoy you talking about something. You must be talking about something that making keep bringing people back. You're offering some type of something. So can you bottle that down to three different pillars? So if you can do that, if you can tell us what the three pillars that you have that make people want to come back and see you, or things that you can talk about, then I think that would be some good homework to do, and that will help you with your content.
Well, we're going to tell you you're going to get those three pillars by taking it into one of those LLMs and actually using it for some leverage to show up, to make sure that your content is showing up in the search bar. We all know that people are looking for the community consensus, not the experts. So they're going to ask the girl that lives in Miami, where is the best place to get the food? They're not really asking Google and Yelp and Open Table anymore. So same thing is going to go for basically everything. If your business isn't showing up through chat or through TTYT, Google Maps, are you even a business? Right.
Yeah.
So we realize that as well, offering a lot of digital offerings, how we can make sure that we show up in the searches. So that's our next homework for ourselves. Your homework for you're basically going to hire your AI and just let it help you plan and solve a nightmare for you, whether or not it's deciding what you're going to cook all week. Shout out to the chefs in the building, please. But maybe you need to plan a trip. Maybe you need to plan your budget. But it could probably help you do any and all of it. It just depends on if you're going to dive in or not.
And since we're all on YouTube, so maybe the guys at YouTube can give us extra boosts out there and talk about these things. So let me tell you this: YouTube just came out with a new app called YouTube Creates. YouTube Creates is a editing app, kind of like CapCut, but it's CapCut is for TikTok. Instagram has its own one, and YouTube has one called YouTube Creates. The thing about this is it helps you create a lot of shorts. One of the standout features about create you I have ass recorded myself at this new little restaurant. It was a restaurant that it was like you go in there, you order some chips. It was like a Chipotle. Let's just say it's a Chipotle restaurant. I just recorded one, two, three, four, five type of scenes. Didn't say nothing really. Kind of jiggly, jiggly and stuff like that. I threw it through the. They have a edit with AI. That thing, that thing created a 40-second thing with a overview of a voice with the tag and everything on it. And it said like this wonderful play, blah blah blah. I enjoyed the ambient, all of that stuff.
What?
So yeah, it did that. It really did. And I didn't post it because I didn't like the voice of it, but it sounded like one of those regular type voices that you would get
Sure, sure.
on
Which
here.
we know that we can actually now, you could take their whole script, run it, rerun it, hit it with an 11 Labs or another, or do your own voiceover. But that's great.
Yeah.
Have you tried it with your long form? Like I know how you were telling us about Opus clips a couple weeks ago, but have you tried it maybe with any of like that was clips put together, right? Have you tried it with anything long that it would then cut it short?
Unfortunately, it will only go up to 40 seconds and things of that nature.
Okay,
So
okay,
now there may have been an update, so there's something else. So you may have to try it out yourself. But
okay,
I'll
cool.
show you a quick what do you call it, a demo.
Oh, yes, please. I'm about to download it right now.
Yeah, and we both got problems out here. So thank goodness that we're not on the wacky tobacco or any other type of substance because
We
we are
wouldn't be able to
horrible
keep
at
it
this stuff.
straight.
Absolutely not. We will both be like, if anything, we'll be sitting in a cardboard box across from each other talking in the rats. Like, and back to you, Chicago. But anyway, I say all that to say, uh, th- but we've been delivered. Thank you. But I'll say
Thank you.
this.
Thank you, Jesus.
I felt that one, Crystal. I don't know why, but I felt that one.
I meant it.
Best spot. From the moment I walked up, I could really feel the energy here. Inside, it was super bustling and vibrant, just packed with fresh flavors. You can see them making everything right there, which I love. Seriously, if you're looking for some delicious, quick halal food, you have to try this place. I found the best spot.
Dang, that
From the
was
moment I walked up,
cute.
I could really feel the
I didn't do
energy here.
anything. All I did was just upload
A couple.
5 little videos that it had, and it did that
And it
itself.
actually was like, I don't know where it was cutting versus how you were, but it didn't seem that shaky. Like it's almost like it cut it when it was shaky or whatever, because it
Yeah.
looked good. Was
Yeah.
it
So if you're
actually
a food,
halal?
I
Did
think it
it
was in a
read that?
neighborhood.
I was wondering if it was like in the sign or
Well,
something.
it's
I'm
in
like,
Hala. I think it's Holy Pino.
okay,
Oh, it is
okay.
halal Mexican grill.
Wow. So it
Oh
even
yeah.
caught that in the title.
Okay, I was wondering what to call it halal because I'm like, this is Mexican, but hey, you know what? In Chicago, it's a melting pot, so
I love
uh,
it. It's even
two
cooler that you
cultures.
guys didn't really know you were going to I mean, of course, we love halal, but it's just funny because you would have said, like, hey, it was Mexican. And the AI is like, oh, you missed the part of the halal in the title.
Right.
It
Because when it
read
said
that
that's
and used it in the voice. That's so good.
yeah, cause yeah. So this thing, like I said, if you're a food creator and stuff, or or a person who eats and just afraid to use their voice, I mean, you can just take this thing, just get a few snips and stuff like that, and let it talk for you, and then you can always voice over it on top of the voiceover that it had.
Oh,
But
that's a good point. How many voices? Were there quite a few voices?
at the
Do you
time, it was
remember?
one. At the time of the
Okay.
recording, there's one
Okay. Okay.
of it. So it really wasn't
No,
that bad.
yeah. I mean, it starts somewhere. We remember how all these other platforms been changing, upgrading.
Yeah.
So we with you, YouTube. We with you. Okay. So go ahead and sponsor us. Go ahead and push this video out. Okay. We gonna use we ain't gonna use edits. Okay. We gonna use YouTube creates. Since Christy creates, it flows. Let's go.
And it let me download it onto my phone without a watermark. So there's no watermark. I'm pretty sure there's a
Ooh.
digital watermark inside, but there was no watermark or anything on it.
We don't care
Just
about a digital watermark. Have it.
this is
That's
all.
huge. What doesn't
Yeah.
put a watermark these days? Okay, don't remind them. Let's all go make our stuff before they figure it
Yeah.
out.
It does now. Look, it does say save from YouTube Create, so it does tell you what you save from. So we do know these things do have their own watermark in it.
Okay.
That's interesting.
And then it auto posted it for you, or could you schedule it? What was that like? Or did you have to download it first and then?
Well, I did not post it
Oh, sorry.
on my channel, on this channel, on any channel really, because I didn't know where to really put that at. I could have put it on my my throwaway channel, or just throw it on Facebook. I'll throw it on Facebook because that's my dumping grounds for everything. I
Everything.
mean, I'm rich on Facebook. I made over 25 cents over there. So if you guys want to start
Woo!
there,
Monetize, monetize. Let's
all that hard
go.
work.
Can't
Because
tell
if
him
you,
nothing, y'all.
yeah, I got a guy named Ed, and he got a brother named Ed, and he got a friend named Eddie. And I'm going to just talk to these guys. They're selling jawbreakers for like huge jawbreakers for 25 cents. So I got you. Yeah.
Thank goodness. Y'all, we talking data. Talk data to me. I still got to figure out the cool ending line of that. But we're so glad you came and joined us. And if you did not catch us live, make sure you come and stream Talk Data to Me on all platforms or just Spotify, wherever the heck it is that you're hearing this. Let us know. Put it in the chat. Have you actually started using your AI? Have you been leveraging it in your lifestyle? We putting these new AI employees to work. So you already know. Don't wait. Go create.
All right. And talk data to me. Bye.